Hi from my house, and we're going to continue with fitness foundations, and we'll continue with a lot of stuff that we've already worked on, but also adding a few things that maybe you can do at home without weights. Also, I do have like a few weights with me. If you happen to have weights at home, I have the ball, and also just some light weights, some bands, but anything we do, you can do without them. So that's what we'll do today and going forward until we can get back in the office space. I'm not going to play any music because YouTube has copyrights, and sometimes I don't know which ones they'll let me play or not, so I don't want this video to end up not being able to be seen. But feel free to put music on yourself if you want to. So let's just start with the warm-up, and we'll separate the feet nice and wide. We're going to do a standing warm-up right here. Just taking a big inhale, bend your knees, inhaling, arms going all the way up, and exhaling back down. And again, inhaling, coming up, and exhaling, getting flow through the body, inhaling up, exhaling, one more time, inhale up, and exhaling. We'll stand up. We did this week 1 where you're just shifting side to side. It's a little shift right and left. Don't make it too big because you don't want to be too harsh on the knees. And take your pelvis backwards as you go, left and right, so that the knee doesn't ever pass in front of the toe. Make sure when you look down that your knee is never going over the toe. It goes in the direction of it, but it never goes over it. And that's going to help to keep all of the weight going backwards so it doesn't go forwards over your knee. And keep breathing. We'll add in a twist. You're just taking the elbow across the body and twisting side to side. Breathing. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, we're going to start lifting the leg. So what you do is you take the shift onto the leg. You're going onto the right leg, and then you're lifting it up. So you shift, weight goes backwards, and you lift it up. Make sure the knee just comes up right in front of the chest, belly button. It doesn't cross the body, so it's just coming up parallel. And then we'll take the elbow cross. So the elbow crosses, it comes to the knee. The knee comes up and the elbow crosses. So you have to use your oblique muscles to get the elbow to cross. Keep breathing. 2 more. 2. Okay. 1. And we'll take the other side. So you shift to the other side. You have down, and you're bringing the knee up and down and up. Again, make sure the knee comes right towards the navel and up. And now we'll take the elbow to come across. Make sure you're breathing. 5. Keep it up. 7. 8, and we'll do 2 more. 9 and 10. Great. And come back to the center. Let's take a stretch. You can keep the legs nice and wide and come all the way down. Grab onto the back of the legs, drop the head. See if you can pull your chest through. So you want to think about the chest being flat, and you're pulling through right here, chest going through the legs, releasing the head. Let it shake, head nod if that feels good. Make sure you're breathing, deep breath in. From heel, walking over to your left leg and taking more of a stretch here. Again, thinking about your chest coming to your thighs. And then to the other side, chest coming to your thighs and breathing. And then take it back to the center. Slight bend in your knees, and when you roll up, you're going to drop the tailbone and roll slowly all the way up. Head rolled. Just drop the head and let it roll around. It's nice and slow. Sometimes I add in my chest, and that's fine. You can do that, especially if the neck is cranky today. Go one way fully at least, and then going the other way. Fully warming up. And breathing. And then roll it up. We'll warm up the shoulders. So you're just taking little shoulder rolls. Up and back. And then taking them forward, up and over. Rolling in the socket. Then we'll start with the arms. So bringing the fingertips first to the shoulders and your elbows go back. Good. And then we'll take them the other way. Elbows go around and forward. And then the last one, your arms will go up and back behind you. So big, big arm circles. And then the other way, big arm circles. Good. And then hands to hips. One more thing to warm up the waist. You can separate your feet wide again. Just the upper body is going to take some circles around, and the hips can move with it. breathing. Do about 3, 4, wherever you're at. Go ahead and pause there, and then go the other way. 3 or 4. Around. Good. And come back to the center. Let's warm up the wrist. Roll it out. We will be doing some stuff on the ground. And roll it out the other way. So you're just doing figure eights. You can see here, it's figure eight both ways. Yeah. And then push through. Deep breath. Thumbs down. So we'll start with warming up the core. One of the best ways to warm up the core is in a plank position. So let's take it down. Shoulders are over wrist. Abs are engaged. Long spine. Keep breathing. And holding it here, you're going to push into your palms. Keep breathing. We'll hold it for 10 more seconds. Stay with me for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push up and back into what's called a downward dog. We went over this in the yoga. So the pelvis is up. You can bend the knees, that's fine. And try to open up through your heart. So you're releasing the chest, goes forward. The tailbone goes to the ceiling. And then if you can, you straighten the legs. Roll through. We'll do one more time right here in this plank position and hold it for 30 seconds. I just realized that I don't have my timer, so keep holding it. I'm going to run and go grab it. Okay, keep holding. Now I have it here. Let's do 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And one more time, up and back. Stretch through the downward dog. Big inhale. And big exhale. And roll it up. We're going to continue with something that we did week 1. This is still a little bit of a review today, this week. And we're going to do, what we did week 1 was we did 20 jumping jacks, we did 20 squat jumps, and we did 20 mountain climbers, and we did it twice. So you can do it on your own timing. I'm going to do it with you, but I'll just say start. You do 20 mountain climbers, 20 jumping jacks, and 20 mountain climbers, 20 jumping jacks, 20 squat jumps, and 20 mountain climbers. And it's on your document, so. All right, here we go. So you're starting jumping jacks. Make sure your arms are straight. 4, just count on your own timing. You can do them with me. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then you're going into squats. So you have down, squat jumps, up and down, up and down. I'm not wearing shoes because I'm on the 3rd floor. There's actually people below me working from home, but if you're wondering why I'm not wearing shoes, trying to be light to them. 10 more. 9, 8, good. 7, 6, 5, you got it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're coming into mountain climbers. 20 mountain climbers. Again, if you're off my timing, it's totally fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take a moment to stretch before you do the next one. Good stretch. You can come into this child's pose. Breathe. Maybe if your hip flexors are sore, you can stand up. Stretch the quad. Maybe with the wall, maybe not. Just breathe. Both sides. And if you're done, if you're like, I'm going to go start again. You don't have to wait for me. So we'll do it one more time. So it's 20 jumping jacks, 20 squat jumps, 20 mountain climbers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, side, just so you remember. Go on and go. I'm just going to give some pointers. In squat jumps, you want your tailbone to go backwards. Your knees don't pass your toes again. So remember when you're squatting that you're sitting back and the knees don't pass the toes. So you don't want to put too much pressure into the front of the thighs. It goes more backwards. When you're coming up, it doesn't have to be very high. You can come all the way up to standing, but make sure you come back into that squat every time. Keep breathing. Tailbone goes back. Knees go over your second or third toe. Make sure you do 20. You might be ahead of me, that's okay. Just go on into the mountain climbers. So the mountain climbers are down on the ground. Go on and go into it. I'll give you some alignment cues. If you have hyperextension, remember there's that slight bend in the elbow so that if you're not going straight out with the elbow crease. A little slight bend, barely noticeable to the eyes. Make sure the abs are pulled in, head and tailbone are straight line. And go for it. Keep going. I'm going to take a rest because I'm talking a lot. And after you've done 20, take a moment to breathe. Again, you can stretch here. Maybe that feels good in your downward dog. Another good stretch is the knee on the ground, the lunge stretch that we've gone over. I always flip my mat, or if you have a towel or something, blanket, put it under and stretching this way. You can always bring the arms up, shoulders down, reaching through the fingertips. Nice and strong. And if you've done one, make sure you do the other leg. Grab some water. Breathe. This is sort of like a warm-up, also exercise. This is 20-20-20. And release it. Great. And then grab some water, and we will move on. So we're going to go through still some more things on the document, but also I'm adding in wall sits because we're at home, so we've got a lot of wall space that we actually didn't have in the office, so that's great that we can do this one here. And we did a workout one day that was a 45 seconds of jumping rope, and then it was 45 seconds of something else because we only had 2 jump ropes, but it was all straight cardio. And do something sort of similar to that today, but we're going to put in the 45 seconds of jumping rope, or I'll give you, if you don't have a jump rope, it's okay. I'll give you something else you can do. And then we'll do 45 seconds of a exercise that doesn't move. So it's something like a wall sit, or you hold a plank, or so you're holding a position. So 45 seconds, you take about a 10-second rest, and then 45 seconds. So I've got my timer here, and we're going to start with this jump rope. So if you have a jump rope, then you can use it or go grab one. If you don't, that's okay. When I don't have a jump rope with me either, so I like to do it's little arm circles that go around. They're just like a jump rope. Your hands are active. They're active palms, and you're just jumping on your balls of your feet. Notice again how it's the balls of my feet. So it would be like if you were jumping rope. It's a little bit easier since you don't have to worry about the rope, but it'll get the heart rate up in the way that we want it to. Then we're going to go straight to the wall sit. The wall sit, you sit down. You want to try and have your knees directly in line with your second, third toe. I always say that. Your tailbone's dropping. You want to try and have your hips in line with the knees and your head back here. Now 45 seconds is a really long time to hold it, so if you feel like you need to come up a little bit and you can still hold it, oh, I have a picture there, then that's okay. You can work at that too. Or if you need to put your arms down, that can help some too. After that, we'll take a breather, and then we'll come back to it. So grab some water, grab a jump rope if you have one, and I'm going to get the timer started. Let's see, where are we? There we go. Okay, so we start with the jumping rope, and here we go, and go. So again, if you're not You can always just, you're on the ball of the foot, little jumps. If this is starting to hurt anything like a knee, shift right, shift left, keep your arms going. Jump rope is also works the arms, which is why I have you doing this. But if jumping works, go for it. Keep breathing. Keep the arms going in one direction. You've got 15 more seconds. Just make sure you breathe. You have 5 seconds. You've got it. You can do it. Good. And take a 10-second pause. Keep breathing. 5 more seconds, we'll come to the wall sit. Good. And here we go. So again, wall sit. Sitting back on the wall, right here. Lower yourself down. You want your heels to be right below your knees. Knees are pointing, second, third toe. Try to relax as much as you can in the shoulders, and then engage a little bit here in your core. That's actually going to help. Again, if it becomes too much, stand it up and come here. You never ever want your knees to go over your ankles, so make sure you're not here. If you're here, that's going to put way too much pressure on your thighs. So I know this one's new for us. So look down at your knees and see if they're straight over your ankles. You're almost there. And you can come up, take a breather. Good. So we'll do it one more time. 45 seconds jump rope and 45 seconds wall sit, and then we'll take a breather. All right. Here we go. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. With the jump rope. If you want to do your arms the other way, go for it. Breathe, good. And again, walk if you need to, right, left, that's totally fine. Just keep your arms going. You're like, oh, no more right now, that's okay. Or just keep up the jump. Deep breaths. You're doing great. I'm sure you are. You got it, you're so close. 15 seconds. Keep it up. 5 seconds. Here you go. Good. And take a moment and breathe. We're going to move into the wall sit now. So take it to the wall. We'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And coming back. Yeah, and down. Try to get your hips in line with your knees. Knees in line with the ankles. Shoulders relax, arms can hang. Arms can be here if you don't want to put too much weight. Here, again, if you need a little help, you can give a little pressure here. It will tense a little bit here, but just a tiny bit. It's going to burn in the thighs, but use your core. Pull the navel in, and that's going to help to take away too much of the burn in the thighs. But it is meant to work the thighs, so it will burn in the thighs. Watch the knees. You're almost there. You're 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can use your hands to lift yourself up. Okay, take a breather and grab some water. Got some here. And again, if you need to stretch out the legs. Maybe you want to do a lunge. So we've done this in class, and we also did this in yoga. Your back heel is up and your back leg is straight. You can give a little pressure to your front leg. And you try to come up. Again, knee over, second, third toe, in line with ankle. All that's very important. Back is as straight as it can get. And breathing here. You can step and switch. So one leg is in front, the other leg is as straight as you can get it. Watch the knee. Make sure it's over the ankle. That's really important. The reason I say this is you never want it to be back here, in this position, when you're in a lunge, because that puts way too much pressure forward on the joint. Here you're stacked up, you're 90-degree angle. You can give a little push to the thigh. That always feels good for the hip flexor, pushing it away. Deep breath. So we added in a wall sit. So I'm going to add in something new too that you can do on the wall because we didn't get to do it. And it's push-ups on the wall. So you just have to look at my back, but your hands are out just like you would do a push-up, and your feet are behind you just like you'd be in a plank. So you are on the ball of the foot. Try to lock in just like you would do in a plank, but maybe your hands are a little bit wider, and that's okay. But again, your navel's pulled in, and your back is straight. And so the push-ups go down and up. Finding where you are, that it works that your chest comes in between your thumbs. Sometimes I get too far away, so make sure your chest is coming in between your thumbs. So here, you don't want it to be too high, here and there. So we'll start with that. We're going to do push-ups on the wall, which is what we have done push-ups on the ground, but push-ups on the wall a little bit easier, and you can do it for longer. So we'll do that for 45 seconds, and then the good news is we get to come to the ground. And we're going to do crunches with a leg up. So crunches with a leg up, we've done crunches, and if you're still working crunches so it doesn't hurt your back, just do crunches. So remember when you do crunch, your navel's pulled in, and you're lifting your shoulder blades, and you're pushing through the back on the ground here, and do it nice and slow. So you want to avoid jerking with the back, which sort of looks up like this. You want to pull the navel in and lift the shoulder blades up and come back down. Crunch can be slow. This is 45 seconds, so it's not about how many you put in. Now, if you want to add this knee up twist, you're just lifting the leg and twisting the elbow towards the leg. Notice I don't touch my knee to the elbow because that's getting way more in the hip flexors and it will cause you to have to jerk. And we're trying to work the abs here, just basically abs. So exhale, you can twist. That's only if you feel like you want to make a little advancement. If not, just stick with the crunches up and down. So we'll do 45 seconds of push-ups on the wall. I'm so glad I can give them to you because it's always an option if you're in a class and maybe your wrists don't want to deal with the ground that day, or you just are like, I can't keep doing them on the ground. Go to the wall because you're still getting that workout, but you can continue to go along with the class. So we'll start 45 seconds push up on the wall, and then take a 10-second break, and then 45 seconds crunches on the ground. So I'm going to do it with you on the wall the first time, and let's get going. So here we go. Placing the hands on the wall, feet go back, engage the core. Make sure your chest goes in between your thumbs, and you're pushing up. Again, you don't have to come to straight arms. A push-up is more about pushing, so you're pushing into the wall. This is the same thing with the ground. You're pushing when you are coming on the ground. So the push the wall away from you makes your arms go towards to straight. Make sure you're still breathing. Exhale as you come to straight. Exhale. Exhale as you come to straight. Keep it going. If you're going faster than me, totally fine. You might not be able to see me, probably not because you're on a wall, but keep going. You have 4 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And take it off. You can take a little stretch if you want, and then we're coming to the ground. So crunches on the ground, leg up if you want it. Here we go. Laying down and go. We've done crunches a lot. Go on, go. I'm just going to give some more feedback. Pull the navel in, lift the shoulder blades, look up at the ceiling. You can keep it nice and slow, making sure that you're just working the core and not the back. If you want to add the knee and the twist, the elbow goes towards the knee. It does not touch it as you lift up the alternate leg. Exhale on the exertion. Inhale back down. Exhale and inhale. Keep going. Just checking your time. You've got it. Keep crunching. You have 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. We'll stand back up and do push-ups on the wall again. So set up. Here we go. And go. You have 45 seconds. Good. Keep going, I'm just going to talk like I do. If it's too much to be on your tiptoes, you can do push-ups on the wall on your heels, and you just come closer to the wall. So you have down and up on the wall. Down and up, breathing. And this also works, especially if your ankle doesn't want to come up that day. You can just hold and push here. The push-up is most of it about the chest, the pectoral muscles, which is the chest, keep going, or it ends about your bicep muscles here pushing. You do have some tricep working as well. Keep breathing, you're almost there. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and let's take it down to the ground one more time for the crunches. So laying down, here we go. You have 45 seconds, and go. I'm just gonna turn this way. Hands behind the head. Exhale and inhale. Make sure you're pulling the navel in. You want to add the twist. Big exhales. This protects the lower back by doing it slow, pulling the navel in and just lifting up the shoulder blades. Keep breathing. You got it. You have 10 more seconds. 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds. And you're done. Let's stretch the core so you can turn over. We did this one, so I'm going to give it again so you remember. The hands together, the elbows underneath the shoulders. Remember you pull, it's like a little pull back, almost like you feel like the skin on the elbows can pull back. And as you do that, you simultaneously pull the chest through and breathe. And again, pull back, pull the chest through and breathe. And take your hands down, come back and sit back into a child's pose just to breathe and stretch your back from doing push-ups. You might want to shift a little bit side to side, whatever feels good. So remember we did child's pose in yoga, you're just relaxing through your shoulders and breathing. And then pick it up. Great, so we have one more exercise, and it's the 45 seconds of the cardio and then doing a hold, which I realized the last time we didn't actually do a hold, but this time we are. So you're doing snapbacks. So if you don't remember snapbacks, I'm going to review them. So snapbacks are like a burpee, but they do not have a push-up in them. So a snapback has your legs nice and wide, and you're coming into a squat position. The hands go down, and you take it back to a plank position from here. Soft landing, it's okay if you bend the knees a little bit. You're coming right back forward into that position with the heels down, and then you're jumping straight up. You want to make sure that you land with bent knees every time, and you're coming from a squat into a squat. So it's really important that your knees are bent as you come down, as you go back into your plank, and then when you come forward, knees are bent and heels are on the ground. And from there, see if you can jump up and then land right back into that position. So that is the snapback. One more time. And then this is new. The next thing we're going to do is called a hollow body hold. And this is a more advanced exercise. I'm giving it to you. And I understand if 45 seconds is a long time. And so I'm going to give you some variations. So a hollow body hold, your feet up and your shoulder blades up, and you're just pulling the navel in. It's very hard for me to speak when I do it, so I'm just going to show it to you. So it's a long time to do for 45 seconds. So if you want to modify hollow body hold, always so many ways you can modify. Also, if this hurts your tailbone, again, we've got the ball. Don't do that. It's okay. You can do this if you have the ball. Holding right here. You're just pulling the navel in and holding. So that's one great modification. I know we talked about this in class, that if you have the ball and if being on your tailbone hurts you. So I wanted to give that ball modification. So a hollow body hold is, the feet up. You can also have the arms down here. Also, you can take the hands right here underneath your tailbone and not lift up the arms. So here. Those are some modifications. So hands down, legs will be a little bit higher, or triangle under the tailbone and head down. If you start and then you start to feel really a lot of pain in your back, you want to take one of those modifications. Or maybe you get halfway through, you think, okay, I'm done, but I want to keep going. You can just move into a modification or just start immediately with one. So again, you can take the ball, it goes underneath the tailbone, and the legs are out. Pull in right there, navel to spine. Or you can take the hands down, or you can take the hands underneath the tailbone, head down, and you're just holding here. The full hollow body hold is arms up, legs up. Belly just keeps pulling in. I do quick exhales, small inhales, and that's how to work it. So we're starting with snapbacks, and then we're going to hollow body holds. It's 45 seconds. This is a hard one. I'm not going to jump as much because I'm cautious of downstairs, but feel free to jump or just lift the arms up like I'm doing when I do it with you. So here we go. Go on and stand up and start. So snap back. So we bring our hands down, back into the plank, back here, and then you jump straight up. Hands down, back into the plank, back here. I'll do one jump with you. Whoop. Down, back. Feet down. Make sure your heels come down. Keep breathing. You can go at your own timing. If you have hyperextension, pay attention to the arms when you go back. Keep them a little bit of a bend in the elbow so that you're not sticking the crease of the elbow out and up. Keep going. You have 10 seconds. You're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go straight into the hollow body hold. This one is hard. So 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Again, here's your position. Modification. Arms down. Legs a little bit higher. Other modification. Hands underneath your tailbone. Legs up. Or with the ball. Breathing. You're doing good. You have 10 seconds. You can do it. And you're done. Take a moment and breathe. So that's hard. I'm giving you an advanced. Hollow body hold is advanced. So please, if it's giving you pain in your back, do one of the modifications. Totally fine. And this way you know if you're in a class and you do it, that you can do this modification and it works. I've got my feet together. My thighs are open because stretching through my hip flexors a little bit here. Great. We're going to do it again. Here we go. So starting with the snap back, stands up. Here we go. And go. 45 seconds. Down and up. So hands down, back, here, and reach or jump. Jump, I'm just not doing it because it's sort of loud on my neighbors. Here, reach, good. Down, back, here, reach, keep going, down, back. Keep breathing. So close. You've got 10 seconds. Keep it up. 9, 8, you can do it. 7, 6, you got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come on down to the ground. Grab some water on the way down if you need to. And we're going into hollow body hold. Here we go. And go. It's closer. Keep going. Feet off of the ground, arms off of the ground. Keep breathing, check your time, you're doing good. You've got 15 seconds, you can do it. seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Let's take a breather, and we're going to do a nice stretch after that. So again, feet together, legs out. Take a breath. You can come forward, stretch through this. Stretching here. Good. And we'll take it over to the side. So one leg is in, one leg is out. Flex through the feet. And then walk your chest over your thigh. Dropping the head down when it feels comfortable. It's a back stretch too, as well as a hamstring, which is one reason I like to put it in after core. And just deep breath. And big exhale. And take it up. Okay. And we'll do the other side. Here. Walk it over. Deep breath. And exhale. Back stretch and hamstring stretch. Good. And bring it up. And for the wrist, again, because snapbacks can put some weight on that joint. If it's comfortable for you to come to the knees, come to the knees. If it's not, you can come to seated. You're going to take your fingertips facing towards your knees, towards your body. And the weight goes away from your hand. So the weight goes backwards as you press forward here. And just breathing. Good. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Okay. And releasing, just a little roll through your wrist here. Good. You can stretch that. Nice. So take a moment, breathe, grab some water. We're gonna move into a little bit of some toning, and we're gonna do some arm stuff. So if you don't have weights, which can very much be possible at home, I'm gonna show you some stuff you can do to burn out the arm. So this is also typical of a bar method, or maybe like a toning class you might see. And sometimes it is done with weights, but we're going to do it without them. What it is the arms are out, and you take a little circle around like this. And we'll do it for counting time. So you circle one way for 45 seconds, you circle the other way for 45 seconds, and then you do this, it's thumbs up, thumbs down. And as you go thumbs up, thumbs down, you can push a little bit behind you. So if you see I push behind me, too. It doesn't have to be big because you don't want to open the ribs. So opening the ribs would look like that. So it's just 1, 2, 1, 2. It's a long time, and it's meant to have a burning sensation on your arms. So if your arms start to burn, you're like, oh my gosh, I have to put them down. That's okay. This is just a simple toning exercise that you can do without weights. I do it all the time when I'm on vacation, so I can work my arms without carrying weights in my bag. So let's go through that. It's a quick toning, 45 seconds, 45 seconds, 45 seconds. There's not really a break in between. I'll just tell you switch the direction and switch. All right, today's all about 45s. Here we go. And standing, nice and strong. Palms face down, shoulders are down, abs are tight, and you just circle one way. Make sure you're reaching through your fingertips, your wrists are straight. And you're breathing. The circles do not have to be big. I'm going to turn a little bit to the side so you can see. My shoulders are not moving a lot. My ball of my socket's not going up or down. Just doing a tiny little rotation so that I'm using my arms. Using the rotations of my arms right here. Keep breathing. If you ever have any rotator cuff, this is not something you'd ever want to do. Rotator cuff injury or anything like that. Great. Keep circling. One way. Nice. And we'll switch, you're going to go the other way. So whatever way you're circling, you're going to switch, go the other way. You want the burning, I'm just going to show you. You want the burning to be here in your arm, keep circling. If you're starting to feel this in your neck, lower your arms, try to relax your shoulders, and do the circles low, in this low V. It's not really meant to give much pain in the neck. Sometimes you will feel it a little bit just because it is connected, but if you're feeling like intense pain in the neck, then you want to lower the arms because it's not meant to give you intense pain in the neck. It's meant to give you intense pain right here. Keep going. You're still circling that second way. Keep it small. And breathing. If it's burning, that's where it's supposed to be. This is sort of an introduction to bar. Good. And then you're going to the last one. Thumbs down, thumbs up. Thumbs down, thumbs up. This is a rotation. Again, it's a rotation of your arm. I'm trying to show this. Just rotation of your arm. So not so much the shoulder. So not here. It's just rotation of the arm. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Yeah. Down. This will go all the way up through the pec, through the bicep, through the deltoid. In a little push backwards. Back, and back, and back, and back. You can do it. You are so close. You've only got 15 seconds. Keep them out there. Back and back. You got it. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Shake it out. Probably if it's burning, you can just pass it over here. Breathe. Deep breath. And the other side, take a breath, deep breath. Great. Roll it out, and roll it out. Nice. So a little toning. I'm going to do one more toning for the arms. And these are working triceps. And we've done tricep work on the ground, tricep dips, and we've done these kickbacks too. So I'm going to show you a way to tone the arms without weights, and it has a lot to do with the fire and release. So remember when I was telling you that when you're doing resistance training, which is a toning method, and you're just working on strength and endurance, you work and you release at the same amount of time. So we're going to do that with the triceps. We're going to do it fast. So faster than we might do with weights. So you still have the arms pulled back and you're still coming to this position where you're bending your knees, you're engaging your core and your back here. And then you have tiny, tiny bend. And see, I just go bend straight really fast. And I'll count it for you. It just goes 1, release, work, release, or 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're going to do that for 45 seconds. And it's just working on toning where you don't need to have weights, but you can still get the muscle by making this work a little bit faster with the execution. So here we go. Let me restart this. Great. And set up by separating your feet about hip width distance, engaging your core. You're in this little hinge position. So hinge means tailbone goes back, chest goes forward, arms are behind you, and here we go. And you have back and back and back. Keep breathing. Often at home workouts, it's hard to get arms without putting a lot of pressure on the wrist. So I like to give these ideas so that you don't have to do everything like tricep dips, push-ups, and because it does after a while get a lot of pressure on the wrist if you don't have weights. Keep going, back, back. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Back, straight, back, straight. Keep it small. Don't come in front of your waist. See how my arms stay behind my waist. Keep going. Push, push. Straight, bend, back, 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 back. You got it. 5 more seconds. 2, 1, and you shake it out. The last one we'll do are palms up. So palms up, bend, palms up. It's the same thing. Up, down, up, down. I'll do it with you. So stay in that position. Here we go. And hinge. Palms go way above your waist, and you just go up, down, up, down. Never bring them below the waist. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep it small. You'll find this in a lot of toning methods, especially like the bar, anytime you take a bar class, or just a class that's focusing on small movements, isometric holds maybe, or just little toning, especially low impact. Keep it going. Up, 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 up. Raise it up, up, up. You got it. Keep it up. If it's burning, that's good. Tiny, tiny. 1, 2, 1, 2. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Whew. So let's take a neck stretch. Sometimes I can get into the neck. Hand is over here. Make sure your shoulders relax. And pull. Deep inhale. And exhale. Take your hand to the side of your cheek and lift it up. And we'll take it to the other side. Deep inhale. And exhale. Take your hand to the side of the cheek and lift it up. Great. We're going to move forward doing just one more cardio just to get your heart rate up one more time, and then we'll end today with a little bit of ending with back and abs. So this is a new one, and I wanted to just introduce it to you because we're moving forward with lunge stuff. So we've done lunge, you know, your basic lunge backwards, and we did the jump lunge switch where you step and you switch, or you just step switch here. So we did that one. I'm going to jump, lunge, switch, and lunge. And this one's going to be a tap back, jump forward. So it's just like the lunge position where you go backwards, but you're bending both knees. See if you can reach for the ground. Notice how my head and my tailbone stay in a straight line. So I'm reaching for the ground. I'm reaching with the left arm if the left leg goes back. Just almost like you're a runner. And then the left leg comes forward. The right arm shoots up like this. Now that's the first version of it. The second version of it adds a jump. So here's a little heart raiser. Down, jump, up. Down, jump, up. This also is balance. Pulling the navel in, going backwards with the leg, trying to always go back in the same position. You do not have to jump because this is also balance. Down and up. It's working your glute muscle. So you can pick whichever one you want to do, the jump, or maybe you do the jump for a little bit and then you want to take the jump out. We'll do 45 seconds on each side, and we'll take a break in between, 15-second break in between. We're going to do it 4 times. So this is sort of like Tabata in a way, but it's longer. So I would call this more a HIIT class because we're just doing high intensity, or more of like a HIIT workout. It's not a class. This wasn't a HIIT class, but a HIIT workout. So just adding on to that lunge, something else you can do with it. So let's go. Here we go. So get set up, and if you're like, what are we doing? Well, you can watch me for a moment. So I'm taking my left leg back, my left arm down, my right arm up, my left leg comes up. Or I'm taking it into a jump. Up, back, up, back. Push into your front foot. Again, watch your knee. Make sure it's over your ankle. Watch your knee. It's over your ankle. Up. You can also add this jump. Jump. Down. Up. Or down. Jump. The jump doesn't have to be high. I'm keeping mine pretty low just so I don't disturb downstairs. But it can be high. And up. Down. Jump. You've got it. 5 more seconds. Down. Up, great, and you made it. We're going to take a 15-second break. Grab some water. Great time to grab some water. Shake out that leg. And we'll go to the other side. I'm going to turn so you can see it. We've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit. Down, up, down, up. Or just lifting. If you're lifting without jumping, you're coming to a straight leg, and you're squeezing your glute. Down, up. Breathe, up. Straight down, straight up. You got it. Keep going. I put my timer here. Keep it up. You've got 15 seconds. Here we go. 15 seconds. You can do it. And up, down, up, down, up, drop, lift. You can go for 5. And up. 4, 3, 2, and 1, you're done. 15-second break. Grab some water. Whew. One more time. Okay, here we go. And go. Down and up. Down and up. I'm going to just stand so I don't, but you can jump. I just don't want to, people below me here. Down and up, drop and up. You got it. Keep going. And up. Yes. Down. Make sure your back stays straight. So maybe your hand doesn't touch the ground. Your head and tailbone stay in a straight line when you go down. It's okay if you just reach. Up, or reach. When you're going backwards, watch your toes. Make sure that they're tucking. Down. Up, even if you keep this small. Make sure that your front leg goes straight. Here's a modified version of it. Great. And you're done. Take a moment. And breathe. We'll go to the next side. Deep breath. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go. Down and up. So again, if you need to modify it, a little down, little up. Watch your front knee. Make sure it's coming into this 90-degree angle and then coming up straight. Make sure it's not going here. Reach and then up. If you can make it to the ground straight back, go for it. You want to make sure that you're not curling the back. So you keep your chest up. See out when you go down. Like if you're watching me, look up and watch me this entire time. So the chest stays up as you're moving through it. You're doing great. You've got 10 seconds. Keep breathing. You got it. Down and up. 2 seconds. 2 and 1. And you're done. Take a sip of water. Relax. Take a moment and go take a stretch on the wall. So you're coming over here to the wall. Grab water. If you're grabbing water, it's fine. You're going to cross your right leg over your left and sit back. Give a little pressure here. Just a little stretch of your hip flexor. Deep breath. And let's switch to the other side. Deep breath. Woo. And breathe. And relax. Good. So the good news is we get to come down to the ground, and you're almost done. And we're going to do some abdominal exercises. So I'm going to take it down. Now, if you have a ball, I know some of you do, you can use the ball in this exercise. So I'm going to show it to you first without the ball, and then I'll show you with the ball. So you're down on the ground here. This is bridge. The bridge up, then you squeeze the glutes, you move the thighs away, and you're up here, your abs are engaged. Now your knees need to be, as I always say, in the direction of your second or third toe when you come up. Sometimes the tendency is to open up here, so you want to keep it here. Also, your heels are in line with your sit bone. So if you find yourself wide, or if you find yourself closed, take a moment, say, are my heels in line with my sit bones? When I come up, do my knees go over my second, third toe? Can I feel my feet on the ground? So this is your bridge position. Now, if this starts to hurt your back, totally okay. You're going to do bridge on the ball, and you're going to stay there. So the ball goes right here underneath the back, and you're going to stay there for what we're doing. This is great if you have a ball. Go for it. So I'm going to do some lower abdominals. These are your transverse abdominals. Your transverse abdominals are the lowest, and they're the closest to your spine. So you're coming up, and all we're doing is marching. You're lifting up your right leg. This glute fires and down. You're lifting up your left leg. Try not to move your hips. This is a new one. Right leg. Left leg. Right leg. If you're on the ball, keep going. I'm just going to show you left leg. You're just doing this. Left. If your back is hurting, you're going to lay down if you don't have the ball. And you're just going to lift, not in the bridge. Left leg, let's do it. Keep going. If you haven't done 20 already, get to 20. If you've already done 20, just go on and take it down. And let's take a moment, pull the knees into the chest. Okay. I'm going to do that one more time. So you're coming up into the bridge. So this not only works your abs, it also works your glutes. It's a great double exercise. And you've got 1. Go on and do it on your own timing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You might be faster than me, But try to do it really controlled. You might be slower than me, and that's totally fine. Knee goes over your hips. After 20, you're going to take yourself down, take a moment, and rest. Knees come into your chest just a little bit. And breathe. Great. We'll just got one more exercise, and then we'll cool down. And that's working your back. So flip over onto your stomach. It's going to work your back. And the arms go out to the side, goalpost. So we've done like a lot of stuff on our stomachs, and this is another one that's great for upper back and erector spine. So erector is about here. So you might feel it there. The arms are out to the side here, and they're just pulling back and forward. Notice my legs zip up. They squeeze together. A little squeeze in my glutes helps too. And I just pull back and forward, back. And you can do this for 20. It feels great. If you want to make it a little bit harder, lift your chest up like it's one straight line. So up. Notice my head. It does not do this. It just comes straight up with everything. And then my arms do the same movement. Make sure you're breathing. So go for 20 of those. Just pulling the arms back. If it's turning in your neck, you need to put the head down again. Keep pulling back. You're going to go for 20. Now after you've done 20, take a moment, stretch it out. You can sit up, maybe take your right arm over your left. Big stretch. Other side, big stretch. And we'll finish off with swimming. Swimming is a popular exercise. You'll see it a lot of times in classes. Basically, you lay on the ground, you lift up your right arm and your left leg, and then you alternate left arm and right leg. Basics of swimming is right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. If this hurts at any time in your hips, feel free to put a towel there. I'm talking into the mat. I'm like, oh, if it hurts in your hips, feel free to put a towel there. So that's the basics of swimming. Now, swimming is actually done with both of your hands and feet off the ground. So it's here, and it's right arm, left arm, right leg. As relaxed as you can be in your shoulders, and you're squeezing up here through your glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, or you're here. 1, 2. Go ahead and try to take 20, maybe even 30. As fast or slow as you want. It's usually done pretty fast, but you're trying to keep the core really tight and the navel pulled in. So sort of like we did hollow body, it's on the other side. Great. I'm going to do 1, just set 2 if you want to watch really fast. So that would be what it looks like a little bit faster. And let's cool it down. You're done. So I'm going to take a cat-cow. Move through the back right there. We just did. Drop your head, tailbone, big exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Sit back and take the legs out in front of you, flexing through your feet. Bend the knees, take the elbows, and then go straight down and just drop your head. And breathe. You might not get this low. It's totally fine. You can be right here. Just try to keep your chest to your thighs as much as you can. And as you sort of straighten through, you're still trying to keep your chest to your thighs. And head is down low. And keep breathing. Deep breath. And exhaling. Slowly start to roll it up through there. And you're going to come onto your back. So lay all the way down, gently pulling the knees into your chest. Legs up. So we did this in yoga, and I want to just bring in some yoga stuff. So legs up. And then pull your right leg in, pull left leg straight. Now, when we did it in yoga, I said to take your leg over so that you had a block. So I'm going to teach you one that maybe if you don't have a block. So this time you take the leg over, but it doesn't have to touch the ground, and you have your arms touch the ground. So it's a different kind of stretch, and you can push into your hip here if you want to. It's a little bit of a less intense stretch, but it's good if you don't have the block to put your leg on. So you want to try and relax right here through your shoulders. So I'm going to show it this way so you can see. So it's here, and you have a little push. You can push into your thigh here if you want to, and your arms are down and out. So you've done one side, just switch it off and go to the other side. So pulling the leg in first, knee to chest, and then take it over towards the ground. Little push right here on the thigh if you want to. Breathe, remember to breathe. This is your cool down. Stretching through the back of the legs. And to come up, since we've just stretched and relaxed a lot of stuff, roll to one side and lift yourself up nice and slow. We'll come to a seated position and do a side. So reaching the right arm or left arm up. I'm seriously mirroring, I just said right. Reach up through your ribs. You feel like you're growing long in your ribs. And you're reaching over, pressing into the palm. Deep breath. Big exhale. Back to the center. Other way. Big inhale, arm up. Big exhale, stretch it over. Release the shoulder. Good. And I'm going to give you one more stretch. This is a yoga stretch. And we didn't go over it in yoga class, but I'm going to start to sort of integrate some of those in. Elbows go down. Actually, I think we might have. This is called fish pose. Elbows go down. You lift up your chest, and you look back. So this is a modification for a fish pose right here. Stretching through your back. The full fish pose, the hands go underneath the tailbone, the elbows go under, and you lift the back up and back. When you're ready, you tuck your chin in first and you come up. And you're done. That's your first at-home workout. Have a great day. Bye.